If you've ever noticed that every website that is built by AI kind of looks the same and you're experiencing the same thing too and you're frustrated, you want to stay in here and look at this video because I'm going to actually walk you step by step through how I create websites that look totally unique in the Idea and Innovation Factory, right? So first off, my name is Chris. I actually run the Idea and Innovation Factory where part of my job includes go to market. And a big part of go to market is setting up websites and landing pages and so forth and so on, right? Over the past 5 years, I've helped over 50 startups go to market. I've helped companies raise more than $500,000 in funding from investors and actually generate more than $2 million in revenue, right? So the techniques I'm going to show you here is what I use in the Idea Innovation Factory to actually launch out websites. And to prove it, I'm going to show you a few websites that we've done in the past few months for actual businesses that are actually running from underneath the Idea Innovation Factory. So, for example, this is the Idea Innovation website. As you can see, this doesn't look like a AI website, right? It doesn't look like something that you would just see all over the internet, right? This is uniquely Idea Innovation Factory, right? Another example here would be, let's look at CoBench. CoBench is another platform from the Idea Innovation Factory. And this one is actually a AI executive enablement platform where we actually train executives at businesses to become really great at Claude. This is a high enterprise, mid-sized company advisory service. So here there's more of an editorial newspaper look, right? It kind of feels like it's built for that audience. Another example would be, let's show you Queen OS. Queen OS is a platform that helps small service businesses actually run AI using an AI system called Quinn. As you can actually see, this one looks a little bit different, right? Because again, for the industry and for the persona that we're selling into, it has to look different. So 3 different websites, they all look different and they do not look like AI slop, right? And it's because of the process that we use to actually generate these websites. And in addition to that, some of the skills, the Claude skills and tools that we also have at our disposal. Don't fear, I'm going to show you how to do those. And I'll also show you how you can get access to those skills, those MCP servers, and those plugins that I'm going to use right now on this video to actually build out the landing page for one of our new startups that we're about to launch in the next few months. So you're going to work along with me. This is not going to be pretend. I'm actually going to do this, right? So let's jump in. I'll actually jump in here into my Claude Code. So I'm just going to switch over right now. So as you can see, I'm in my Claude Code and I've done this a little bit, right? I've done this already. I'm just going to walk you through the process that I used. I just did it a few minutes ago. It takes some time to actually build out a proper page. Contrary to what most people will tell you, it doesn't take 5 minutes. If it takes 5 minutes, if you want something that looks like slop. But if you want something that looks unique, right, that looks very much like your brand, it's going to take like about an hour or so to actually get that done. And most of it is going to be the AI doing its work and rendering. So just to remind you, our stack here is going to be Claude Code, and we're also going to use Google Stitch. And we also have some skills and some MCP servers that work really well with Google Stitch to get the design exactly how we want. All right, so let's just kind of like jump into it. And before, again, we start just kind of going through the workflow, I want to remind you of a few things here that you can actually expect. As we go through the process, here's what my promise to you is at the end of this, you'll see a simple workflow that you yourself can use. I'm going to show you some skills and some MCP servers that we use. I'm going to make them available. If you check the link in the description below, you can log into our membership website. We have a version of it that is free for life. You can get most of those things here underneath the free subscription. Right? If that doesn't work for you, right, there's also some additional tools that are underneath our paid membership, which is just $7 a month, right? So worst case scenario, for $7 a month, you're going to be able to have all access to all the skills and the agents and the MCP servers you're going to see me use here to actually create a really beautiful, unique looking website. I think you can't really beat that, right? And here's the plan, right? We're just going to go ahead. I'm going to actually show you the prompts I use. I'm going to show you the technique that I use, and I'm going to show you the outcome that's going to come from that. And from that, you'll be able to then have a process yourself to be able to get some unique looking websites. All right, so let's kind of like jump into it right off the bat. I'm here in Claude Code. I do have a folder, and as you can see, I'm in my AI SDR folder. And the idea is very simple. We are about to launch out a new type of AI sales agent. It's going to be uniquely different from what's on the market in that it doesn't really work like how most AI sales agents do. It actually looks really, really similar to an actual human being in that you do not provide it a ton of input into what it needs to do. You give it a goal, give it access to a few things. It works underneath a manager and it works pretty autonomously, right? It's able to match the language and the tone of the person it's selling to and a whole bunch of other things. So we want to create a landing page for this so we can actually reach out and start building a waiting list, right? So that's what I want to do. I want to create that landing page, and that's what we're going to do here in this video. So the first thing I'm going to do is this. First advice, number one, when you're about to create a website, a landing page, for example, most people, what they do is that they prompt the agent, hey, I want a landing page, here's what I do. And they're done. That's not good enough. So one of the best things you can do is you can call a friend and you can record the conversation and just speak to them in detail about the idea, what it does, what the price point is, what the value proposition is. And if you're not familiar with what a value proposition is, it's, what is the value to somebody buying it, right? Talk about how it works and just record the call. And then all you do is that you then come to Claude Code, and it's a very simple prompt, nothing fancy, right? Do not believe everything that you hear online about this fancy prompts. They're not fancy. It's about the right flow, the right process, and the right tools. That's what it is. It's not about fancy prompting. And you can see this here, and I'm going to prove it, right? So here's what I do. So today, a little bit early on, Matt works with me in the Idea Innovation Factory. We were looking at, a few pieces of input that we got from our research, and we said, look, this looks like a very good idea. We started on the call, we talked about it, went back and forth in detail, and all I did was I grabbed this transcript from Loom, L-O-O-M, Loom. You can get the developer in me going L00M, L-O-O-M, Loom. And then we love Loom. We record all our meetings with Loom, so we have the transcripts. So what I'm going to do here is this very simple. I come and I paste the transcript and I say, hey, here's a transcript for an idea for an AI SDR. We want to turn it into a SaaS offering. The first step is to create a landing page. Please review the transcript for the purpose of creating a design MD doc for Google Stitch. Keep in mind, this is to create a landing page with a waitlist. We are focused on design at this point and not integration. So I'm doing some very simple things here. Number 3 kind of helps the AI scope to go like, hey, I'm not really worried about all the integrations and all that stuff and all the technicality of it right now. So it prevents it from sort of like asking me those questions and focus more on design, UI, UX. And number 2, it says, hey, I want to create a landing page for a waitlist. I'm basically giving it a goal and say, this is what I want to actually do. But the most important thing is number 1, which is saying to create a design.md file for Google Stitch. Now, let me break that down. Google Stitch is an amazing platform. You may have heard of Figma. You may have heard of different platforms for design, but Google Stitch has come to rule them all, right? Google Stitch is this amazing free platform from Google that, in my opinion, is better than Figma, right? Because I can connect it to my Claude Code very easily. I can just talk to it through my LLM and we can design together, which is what I'm going to show you. And at the end of the day, the outcome, the output from the design from these are so unique, right? They're so specific that it's the number 1 step into ensuring that you have these websites that look uniquely yours or unique for your brand. Now, the next part of that in number 1 is a design.md. I am just telling it. So first of all, the LLM understands when I said a design.md, because what it understands is that the design.md file is a design documentation that has a bunch of stuff in it. So let's look at what a design MD is going to look like. So I'm going to actually issue that prompt. I'm going to give it the transcript. And then what happened is that it's going to go to work. It's going to go to work, right? Long transcript is going to go to work, right? And you can see what's actually integrating with Google Stitch. Now, I don't integrate directly in Google Stitch. We actually have at the Idea Innovation Factory, we actually have our own Google Stitch MCP server. Again, that's going to be available to you in our membership area. The link is below. And what that does is allows us, it has so much of our knowledge in there in terms of exactly what could look good and feel good, right? In terms of aligning with brand design and color design choices, all of this actually baked in there. In addition, it also allows us to utilize Google Stitch with a reduced number of tokens so our tokens don't get wasted, because going back and forth of a design platform, there's a lot of erroneous, extraneous information that kind of comes back and forth, and they get fed into the LLM. They take up all your tokens. So our MCP server at the middle of that eradicates all of that. It only brings to the LLM what really matters. So it's a really, really big deal. And you can see here that our LLM in Cursor, in Claude Code, I use Cursor as well, in Claude Code, is actually talking to our Stitch proxy, and it's doing different things, right? It's kind of like setting up, and then it says basically, hey, I did the design brief for you. I'm going to upload it. So here's the cool thing. Here's what the design brief is. If you look at it, in the design brief, we have what we're building. So it got that from the transcript. Messaging pillars, which is super important for a landing page, right? It's, hey, what from a messaging standpoint to someone reading the website, what are the core things that we want them to understand? It has the audience and the tone. Who are you selling to? What sort of like emotional and functional jobs do they do? And what voice do we want to use? Notice I didn't tell it any of this. All I did was I told it I want a design.md file, and I gave it the transcript. The the LLM knows that the design MD file needs to have all these components, right? So where does it get its detail? From the transcript, which is why the recommendation is have a conversation with someone and just speak to them about your idea. The LLM is going to be smart enough to then know that, hey, this is what you're trying to sell. Here's what's the voice you should use. So in our case, it's confident, it's pragmatic, and it's a little contrarian, because what we are selling is a different type of AI SDR, right? Which is different from how most people do it. And we're also saying it's no fluff, no exclamation point hype. It speaks the way the product writes, which is in itself proof. Then in the MD file, you're going to have a visual direction, which is going to have color, typography, style cues. Again, remember, I didn't do this. The detail that we give it, and by saying a design.md for Stitch, the LLM knows specifically that it has to come up with color, typography, and style cues. And what it does is that it looks, right? It looks at it looks at research and in its general knowledge and say, what color, what typography, what style cues go along with that type of business. The next thing it's going to have is a page structure. It's going to just lay that out for you. See how that kind of gets laid out? Then it's going to have the waitlist component. Then it's going to have things on responsiveness and accessibility, right? And it's going to basically say, hey, here's the screens that I need you to generate in Google Stitch, because I need those so I can actually develop the website, right? So all this goes into a design.md. Now, extra bonus point, which is number 2. To get this even better, one of the things that you want to do sometimes is actually look for inspiration. So where do you get inspiration from? Very simple. There are multiple places that you can actually get inspiration from, right? One of them is going to be on this website called mobbin.com, Mobbin, right? So that's going to be mobbin.com. If you're looking at my chat GPT here, mobbin.com is my favorite. When I go to mobbin.com, and I was going to open this up, I can actually go through mobbin.com and I can find different websites that kind of match the space I'm in, and I can see some expert level design, and I can use it for inspiration. So I've gone through this already. The one that I actually liked was the website from Whisperflow, which is a platform, right, for being able to speak to your AI instead of typing. And I kind of like the flow. I kind of like how it feels. So what I did is that I just feed that into the AI alongside my design MD, and then it's gonna rewrite the design MD and inherit some of those things, right? And so then that's what actually comes out from that. You then get a design.md file that is influenced by your inspiration. So now that you have the design.md file, it's going to be super simple. All you're going to do is you'll tell the AI to use the Stitch Stitch MCP, and to develop the screens that the design MD file actually detailed. And it's that simple. it's going to go now to Google Stitch. So let me show you what that looks like. Let's look at Google Stitch. And it's simply going to actually now create the site. Right? See that? It's creating the site. Right? That simple is going to take you like an hour or so. And then you're going to tweak it, right? You can make some tweaks and you can go back and forth. And the beauty of that is in the tweaks, all you're doing is talking to the AI. You might say, I don't like this. I like this instead. Can we try this? But it's just a back and forth conversation at that point. At the end of the day, once the design is done, the next step that you're going to do is, again, using this Google Google Stitch MCP that I have here. You're just basically going to say, hey, I am ready to now build a website. Now, so part of our MCP, part of our setup, we also have a skill, a Claude skill that is able to connect and get the Google Stitch design and then convert it into a website. So then it's going to do that pretty easy. And that's what you see in front of you here. See, it says it's downloading the free Stitch HTML designs. It's doing whatever it has to do, blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the day, it is going to create a website. And here's the files to actually prove that. See, so it's all set up. And then once I do that, all I'm then telling it is, hey, go ahead and run the website locally. It's going to be able, it's then going to bring up the website. It gives me an endpoint here locally, right? And I can actually check it out. So let's go ahead and check it out and let's see what that looks like. Right? So I'm going to bring it into a browser. And let's see what this looks like. And here we go. This is the website. And again, this will take like about an hour to do in the right way, right? And you can see, look at the awesome, awesome hero, awesome header, beautiful design. This doesn't look like anything that you'll find on the internet in terms of, I can see another site that looks exactly the same, Chris, right? No, this is now uniquely for Cadence, right? Which is what our code name right now for this platform is going to be. And not only that, check out the messaging. The messaging is right on point. It's everything that I would want. As a matter of fact, the only changes I would make here after this is to remove the M dashes, but everything is already in here. Look at this. This is a beautiful website. And this doesn't scream AI. This screams like a company actually took their time and developed this landing page. And you can see all the hyperlinks already work. Right? Everything here actually works already. So again, I'm going to spend like another 15 minutes with this to kind of clean it up a bit. And then I would push it up and that would be a landing page. And just like that, within an hour, I have a landing page that looks really, really, really good and really, really, really unique. Okay, so there it is, a site built with AI that doesn't look like it was built with AI because of the tools that we use, right? And in addition to the tools, it's the process that we used, and we also applied our taste by going back and forth and talking to the AI. So again, still used AI. I still was able to get a brilliant website in less than in about an hour using AI, but I used the right approach. So here's the deal. If you really like what I did here and you want access to, as I mentioned, the MCP tools, the skills and all that stuff that makes developing a website looks unique, quick, go ahead, hit the link in the description, subscribe to our member area. You're going to be able to have access to the skills and the tools, right? And if you really like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe to come back because we do these all the time, right? We actually work through different approaches and things that people do, and we show them the better way to actually do it utilizing AI. So again, thanks for taking the time and checking out this video, and I hope to see you again. Bye.